10, 9, ignition sequence start, 6.
Hello, and welcome to Rocket Fuel, your daily update of everything that's happening in the Rocket Pool community. My name is Whack Whack Attack. Today is May 2nd, and we're going to start today's episode with this news of a scam that came in yesterday. So let's have a look. So here we have Patches reporting this scam, and there's a user here called Jesus who messaged another user called Erinix saying, are you using the command line interface or ethdo? And he says, what's CLI? He says, oh yeah, I'm using CLI. So then here Jesus then goes on to give some information about like how to fix an issue that the user is having, saying, close your current running applications on Docker or terminal and proceed with the following steps highlighted below via terminal or Docker. He says to start, open new folder, and then there's a code to open new folder. He says open new folder, node modules at the root of the new folder, and then there's a code to do that. And then it says from the root folder install the software, and then like you install the software package, and then type in this command basically to see if it's all installed, and then run the information, and then it says you'll need your withdrawal address, index position, index number of the validator, old BLS withdrawal, credentials, mnemonics, or private keys, and run this code to do it. So basically, as you know, there's anytime you post any message in support or help of any kind, there's people kind of like watching it like vultures, and they launch an attack. So what's happening here is that there's a user who wants to change their credentials on their node, and they want to change from 0x00 to 0x01. So they come in here and they get you to install software. So let me tell you what Patches here says. He says this is a sophisticated attack. It asks you to install a benign looking tool to update to 0x01, but it actually sends your credentials on Telegram, reporting on npm as well. So npm is the software tool that they use, I think. So here Patches then pops into trading, and he says, welp, the scammers have a npm package that they're now asking people to install and run, and the package sends them your mnemonic on Telegram. They're getting creative. So people then start talking about this and about how to report it and what's going on, and what's actually happening. And Patches has this idea of, I might just try to exhaust their quota, because they get a certain amount of quota for data that's coming through. And he says, Patches says, maybe this is one of those times I generate random mnemonics in a tight loop and spam them. And then he says that Patches, I found them in the thread in support. The code is more applicable to solo stakers, since Rocket Pool people don't need to migrate to 0x01. The repo is basically a fake 0x01 tool. Just instead of migrating your credentials, it steals them. So it's kind of scary, but that just because this isn't directly applicable to Rocket Pool users just yet doesn't mean that they can't come up with a version that will be. So I'm covering this just to keep you like up to date with it. So then Patches says, good news everyone, this was easy. They'll be receiving junk mnemonics at water torture pace until tomorrow, when it assumes they've moved on, and will consume their quota aggressively instead. So here's like a screenshot of sending them lots of mnemonics. So that's really nice. Please don't use one of these mnemonics to make a wallet for yourself, by the way. And then Patches tweeted about it too, saying today some scammers starting trying to get node operators to install malicious software from npm. It steals your credentials and sends them to their Telegram group. Their Telegram API key is in the source code. I hope you enjoy picking through thousands of fake mnemonics. And Evan says, the hero we need but don't deserve. And Nixo says, you're a real one, Patches. So Patches definitely is a real one. So thank you, Patches, for your diligence. And please, if you are watching Rocket Fuel right now is the time for you to secure yourself, your keys, your withdrawal address, everything. If you don't have the tightest security, we're going to be talking about that again at the end of the episode. So let's get on to Rocket Pool stuff. So really wonderful thing happened last night where we reached 2,500 node operators, which is magical. It's a really wonderful milestone. I really think that the number is going to be over 3,000 within a few months' time as more and more people come onto Rocket Pool. I'm thinking somewhere between 3,000 and 3,500 node operators at the end of 2023, which will put us right up there with like I think pretty much every other like layer 1 protocols beating their node operators, which is absolutely amazing. And really great achievement. So congratulations to the team, the community, and everyone for reaching this milestone. Okay, another thing happened again yesterday. I talked about it in yesterday's episode, is that Rocket Pool had more inflows than Lido did for May 1st. For April 30th, while it happened again on May 1st. Lido had 1,696 ETH coming into the protocol, and Rocket Pool had 2,728 ETH coming into the protocol. So that's 2 days in a row now of beating Lido's inflows. I'm really hoping that, once Lido's withdrawals are enabled, then we will see some very big withdrawals happening and those numbers coming to Rocket Pool. That I'll be keeping a very close eye on that, and I'll be sharing that with all of you as well. So there's some nice statistics there as always. Next we had this message from Maverick saying, hey everyone, it's another busy time for AMAs and panels, with planning already stretching well into June and several more calls to be added to the events list soon. Next up we have a community call in just a few hours, so that will be happening today in about 4 hours time from when I'm recording. So depending on when I upload the episode, it'll be happening on Tuesday afternoon Eastern time, and that DAppNode will be the guest for that. And Mav also says that there are 2 important proposals up for voting now, covering the important work of the IMC is doing and steps to improve the ODAO health monitoring. Have your say any time over the covering fortnight. So the votes are open for 2 weeks. So first, let's have a look at the events that are scheduled already, and then we'll have a look at the votes that are open. So here today at 3 p.m. Eastern time, we have the community call featuring DAppNode. And then on May 9th, we have a community call featuring Gitcoin. On May 16th, we have a community call featuring Flashstake, who I'll be talking about later as well. On May 23rd, we have a community call featuring Origin. And then on May 25th, it's a TBC panel discussion to be confirmed. And on May 30th, we have a community call featuring Sturdy Finance. So there's a whole list of guests lined up, which is really exciting. DAppNode, of course, have recently integrated Rocket Pool into their system. I think that's on beta testing at the moment, ready to go live on mainnet. Gitcoin, of course, recently became ODAO members. Flashstake, I'll be talking about later. Origin, I don't know too much about, and Sturdy Finance are working on integrating rETH as well. So that's really cool stuff. Okay, let's have a look at the votes that are open. There are currently 2 votes that are open, so let's have a look at both of them. Let's start with this one right here. It says expanding IMC charter RPIP 20. It says this vote adds 2 bullets to the guiding principles section. As a lesser goal, the IMC should support RPL ETH TWAP Oracle safety. As a lesser goal, the IMC may act to improve accessibility of RPL. Efforts for this goal should not exceed 10% of resources. And then there's a link to the full RPIP and the forum discussion. So far, there have been 1,100 votes, and 100% of the votes have been in favor. 6,100 votes are needed for quorum. So we are around 17% of the way there, somewhere like that. And we've got a whole lot of big votes waiting to come in for that yet. And the next vote here is ODAO health clarity. So it says this vote redirects the dev team to this vote directs the dev team to improve our ability to assess ODAO health in performing their duties, both short and long term. In the short term, it does this with subcommittees, so we reliably know which node operators should be expected to submit specific duties during each update. In the long term, it has smart contract changes to allow voting beyond the necessary threshold. It says please read the full RPIP here, and you can read discussion around this in the forum thread. And then this one also has 1,100 votes in, 12 votes abstained from voting, so we have a 99% for in favor of this. And again, we're like 17% quorum. So again, here, there's a whole bunch of big voters that haven't voted yet. So I'll be giving you updates on this vote if we're not reaching quorum, and trying to encourage you all to vote. But hey, you should vote anyway, because then you can get a POAP. So we all love POAPs. Okay, next we have this new protocol that was released a couple of days ago, but it was just I just noticed it yesterday. I came across it yesterday. It says staking among the giant, and it's from Blockspace. It says solo staking can be really scary. You need a machine, a reliable internet connection, eagle-eyed monitoring system. We all know that can be quite intimidating, but we also understand that our users want to support the decentralization of the Ethereum network. So what are they doing? What if you could use the battle-tested infrastructure of Blockspace, a professional staking provider known for running over 7,000 Lido validators, to stake your Ethereum with the Rocket Pool protocol and get rewarded like a node operator without having to run a node? So what are they doing? These guys are building a staking as a service platform on top of Rocket Pool. So I guess they'll be accepting yeah, let's have a look at what they're saying here. It says Rocket Pool protocol and Blockspace infrastructure equal validator vault. It says we've been hard at work next to our institutional staking product to provide a staking solution that is secure, has decentralization in mind, and lets users create their own validator. So then it kind of explains what our Blockspace vaults. It's a validator as a service solution, so staking as service, and then it gives you the detailed user flow here. So you can have a look. Let's have a look. So there's Rocket Pool here, and there's smart contract and blockchain operator runs a validator, and then there's an NFT that you get that shows you that you are an owner of that pool, and then you can either sell that on the secondary market, or you can redeem it for ETH plus rewards back into their system. So you basically deposit 8 ETH, you get an NFT in return, and then they stake that on your behalf, and the NFT accrues value. So then it gives you an idea of like the rewards. So you can have a look through all of this, which means yeah, you can have a look at all of this to see what they're charging and how it's all working and all of that kind of stuff. And definitely, like, you know, be aware of this. Like it's interesting because I think it's the first big SaaS that is opened. So it's really interesting that they have this, right? So definitely do a deeper dive into it. Don't ape into it, of course. Like, as always, you know, do your own research, have a look at that. I'm not getting paid or anything by Blockscape to talk about this, of course. So people in the communities kind of talked about it. Mad Matt says this is kind of cool, and like kind of talking about what they're doing and how they're running their systems and stuff. And then there's like a link to their Etherscan link, and yeah, you can definitely check all that out. And then here Mad Matt says, you know, Blockspace is doing SaaS above Rocket Pool. You stake 8 ETH with them, and you're the owner of a Rocket Pool validator. They run the hardware and validator and provide the RPL. You get the rewards minus the exit fee. Oh, that's nice. Okay, so I guess they're getting the RPL rewards. They must be doing something else for getting RPL into their system. And yeah, Mad Matt here says, I think they're live. They're 3 validators for now. 2 and 3 are Rocket Pool minipools. I don't understand what the first one is. And then here it says a Lido node made with Rocket Pool. So that's interesting. So definitely, like, you know, check out these conversations and see what's going on over here. Mad Matt shares this picture, screenshot from the article that we just talked about. It says, another great aspect of our new architecture for the benefit of our long-term users is that we only charge 0.5% withdrawal fee on the rewards you earn from the validator after 1 year, which is one of the lowest rates in the market compared to any other staking as a service provider. And then Ramana here saying, I can charge 0% by just taking the RPL rewards, right? And he says, yes, do it. Their code is on GitHub. So if they're getting the RPL rewards on top of that as well, so they're keeping those for themselves. It's a nice way that if you've got a lot of RPL, you can make it effective. I guess it's like lots and lots and lots of whale marriages, pretty much, or like, you know, shrimp marriages that they're doing. But there's some really good conversations here that, you know, are taking place in trading about this. So if you want to have a look, and then, you know, there's more information that you can see here as well. So definitely follow the links of what I've shared in trading, because there's some really good discussions going on about it. But hey, if anyone, like I've always said, right, if anyone wants to build on top of Rocket Pool, that's awesome, and I'm here for it. So thanks, Blockspace. That's the name, right? Blockspace. No, Blockscapes. Sorry, Blockscape. Okay, next, Valdo shared the screenshot from 1inch, and 1inch won't let me use their website because I'm in the US, so sorry about that. But what we're seeing here is that if you try to sell 1000 ETH and buy rETH through 1inch, you get a slippage of 0.07%, which is absolutely incredible. Like, that is a really, really good slippage rate. So there are a couple of things that are happening here that are really good right now. The first thing is that 1inch, as you know, let you loop through the deposit pool to mint rETH. So if there is rETH in the deposit pool, they'll go route through. Sorry, if there's space in the deposit pool, they'll route your rETH minting or buying through the deposit pool to prevent any slippage at all, which is really great. And the second thing is they'll let you redeem your rETH for ETH as well through the deposit pool if it's full. So now is, minting rETH, of course, there's space for 90,000+, I think 95,000 ETH worth of rETH in the deposit pool that it can accept. So with that in mind, they get much less slippage from there. Another thing, of course, after Shanghai is that because of withdrawals, we're much closer to the peg now, like where we're supposed to be in terms of price. There's a very, very, very small discount / premium, depending on slight market fluctuations, but we're pretty much right on peg, which is really amazing. So those things together mean that the market can really absorb a whole lot of ETH demand, rETH demand right now, and that's really cool to see. So thanks for sharing that, Val. Okay, so as you all know, Invis was banned from the main Rocket Pool Discord, but there's a second Rocket Pool channel called the Ping Service, and Invis has been hanging out there and doing some really cool work. And one of the things that he's working on right now is this TVL bot that he created. So by running the command /TVL, you get a really cool breakdown of all the different values that add up to make the Rocket Pool TVL. So with this, that was done yesterday morning by Noshua. It says the total ETH locked is 550,420 ETH. The mini pool stake is 534,300 ETH. Our ETH collateral, there's the information there. Undistributed balance like 13,000 ETH. Unclaimed rewards 180,000 ETH. Total RPL locked 8.6 million, and then it basically has unclaimed rewards of 140,000 RPL. So all of this information comes together, says that total value locked is 766,286 ETH, or about 1.411 billion DAI, that looks pretty good to me too. Invis, like, he just got that tag down there. That looks pretty good to me. So that is a really, really nice bot that will update. I'm not sure how frequently. I think Invis was saying that it will update every epoch, but I'm not sure. But I ran the bot just before I started recording the video, and now we've gone up to 1.430 billion DAI. And this is like the truncated version of the same bot that just uses like the key information instead of all the drill down information. But I think that will be coming to the Rocket Pool channel soon, hopefully, so you can all use it. But that definitely looks like a really nice bot. And of course, Invis will be back to the regular Rocket Pool channel in a couple of days' time, and it'll be really nice to welcome him back. It's amazing that he's been carrying on with all this work, even though he's not been in the Discord. Like, his Atlas bots were amazing, and he's just done some really amazing work. So thanks for keeping the work going, Invis, and doing this really cool stuff. And it'll be nice to have you back. Okay, next we got this update from D McCartney, who's making a tool that will let you sweep your rewards. So it says, good news update, I'm getting close to publishing version 1 of Rocket Sweep, a Gnosis safe app for batch sweeping all your mini pools. So you'll be able to use this to get all the ETH above 32 ETH out of your mini pools, basically, on those. And then Waldorf kind of like started talking about it, and Waldorf said, aren't the maker vaults, oh no, that's something else, sorry. Here, Val says, yeah, why is it better to distribute n mini pools every X days this way versus distribute each of n mini pools once at a time, spaced evenly across the X times n days? Seems like you'll get the same revenue stream, but the latter is cheaper on gas. So there was a whole discussion that started, and there was a bit of a back and forth, and they were kind of explaining to each other about the best way to optimize the sweep. But it's nice that Dee McCartney's building that tool. So that's really cool. You can go and follow the conversation to get a bit more of the nuanced ideas and takes there. Okay, so moving on to like other protocols now, we have this update from Gravita, who are saying announcing Gravita protocol closed beta on Gurley. Very happy to invite you all to our very private and closed beta of Gravita protocol on Gurley, a Rocket Pool community exclusive. How to participate? It says join our Discord channel's front end testing. You'll find us through this link tree. There's a link tree there. Follow instructions and give your feedback. We are very excited to share with you this very important last step ahead of our mainnet launch. Let's not get too much word out. I'm so sorry, guys. We need to do some more work before opening the beta. Ready, set, blast off. Let's make the Gravita protocol the best DeFi experience in Ethereum, which is really wonderful to see that, you know, the Gravita guys are working so hard on this. And I said I'll send Rocket Fuel listeners your way tomorrow for now. And Mage Style says, thank you so much, Wack. I was writing a submission, but it got front run by Dondo. And as long as keeping the Rocket Pool community, we're happy. There's still some work to do before it becomes an open beta. And I said the main question I have for Rocket Fuel watchers, of course, is when airdrop. And of course, this is not official, well, yeah, take this however you want, right? So Mage Style says, oh, don't get me in trouble. I will just say that if we launch a token and if we do an airdrop, we will not forget early users and the Rocket Pool community members. Rocket Fuel watchers might find it worth their time following Gravita's Twitter Discord and engaging with the protocol when mainnet is live. So yeah, I'll leave that all up for you. You can ask Mage Style any questions you have. There's a Gravita thread here with the news on what Gravita are doing. So for those of you who don't know, Gravita is a protocol kind of like liquidity, where rETH will be used as the main source of collateral for their stablecoin. A significant source of collateral for the stablecoin. There's still some details that are being worked out, and there's still some questions that I have that I need to understand a little bit more about, but hopefully, you know, we'll be giving them some really good coverage, because the Gravita team are extremely Rocket Pool aligned, and that is something that I'm really happy about. So awesome stuff. Okay, next we have this tweet that Derek shared from Flashstake. It says it's official. We have a date. Let's have a look what it says. We have a date on May 12th. Flashstake is launching an instant upfront yield vault for rETH holders. Claim your future Rocket Pool rewards instantly and upfront, powered by Rocket Pool and with Flashstake. So this is why Flashstake are coming on the community call, and this is everything you need to know is below. So this is how it works. It says go to the Flashstake dApp, select a quantity of rETH and how much future yield you want to claim, Flashstake it, and boom, receive instant upfront yield. So this won't be live until May 12th. So they've got a screenshot of what it's going to look like. So you tell them how much rETH you want to put into their vault, and how long you want to leave it in there, and it tells you how much you can claim now, basically. So that's really cool. It says you can stake for as little as 1 minute for as long as months into the future. You can lock your rETH at any time by simply burning a linearly decreasing amount of FY rETH tokens. More on Flash Yield rETH tokens later in the thread. So it says, why would you want this? And there's a few reasons. You lock in a fixed rate, zero loss leverage, and that gives more information. The key thing that you need to learn here is that when you deposit 100 rETH into that, at that point they'll work out what the value of ETH is at that point and give you the rewards in wrapped ETH as that. However, when it comes time to getting your rETH back, you won't be getting the same amount of rETH back. You'll be getting slightly less rETH back, because you have to remember that rETH represents ETH rewards, right? So I want to use kind of like rough numbers here just to give you an idea. And if I'm mistaken, please someone correct me, and I'll put it in tomorrow's episode as a correction. But if you put in 100 rETH, and that represents 105 ETH in there, and you lock it for a year. Over that year, you will get 6 ETH worth of rewards. So you claim that back at that point, right? So, you have 105 ETH worth of rETH. You get 6 ETH of rewards upfront. So when it comes back to a year later, you're not going to get 100 rETH. You're going to get 105 ETH worth of rETH, which might be a little bit less. So, yeah, definitely keep that in mind. You won't be getting 100 rETH back, but it's definitely it's a really nice tool if you want to get that liquidity up front. Definitely check out this if you want to use it. Read the thread, the information's there, and yeah, it's looking pretty good. If you're interested in that kind of thing, of course, do your own research. So Silo, who I've covered on Rocket Fuel a few weeks ago, have an announcement. Well, not an announcement, but just like a tease here, saying that they're going to be setting up a silo for rETH and Arbitrum. And there's a screenshot from, I presume, their Discord over here, and it says, next market release we will have WST ETH and other assets too, and not you says rETH too, and then the person says yes soon. To rETH, yes. So they'll be using rETH as one of the assets. So that's pretty cool that they're going to be integrating rETH into Silo. Silo's getting some really good buzz around at the moment for their product. I'll be totally honest with you all, like I'm not a DeFi expert, and I'm not exactly sure how it works. But if you're interested in that, like pop into trading, use the link here from trading and go and have a look. Valdorf says that's exciting, so it's something Valdorf is excited about. I know that Jasper is excited about this as well, so definitely go and have a look and ask questions about that if you are interested in that. Okay, next we got some sad news here from Jason B, who we covered on Rocket Fuel a few weeks ago, who had, or a couple of months ago actually, who had his Node wallet private keys and also his withdrawal address private keys compromised. So he says, goodbye Rocket Pool, my hacked node, and then there's the node address, is finally getting put out of its misery on Friday, May 5th. It will not be a great Cinco de Mayo for me. He says, I joined Rocket Pool a month after launch with hopes and dreams of someone very bullish on staked ETH and decentralization. I tried to do the right thing by staying decentralized, but overlooked the OPSEC side of crypto. I read article after article about hacked individuals, exchanges, bridges, etc. Never thought it could happen to me, but it did. You always hear about the hack, but never the victim side. I stored some seed phrases in the cloud, thinking I was secure and I would never be targeted, but I was. Everyone loves decentralization, and something like this happens. There's no recovery once the node wallet and withdrawal wallet are compromised. The hacker initiated the withdrawal process last Thursday for all 4 of my mini pools. So that is a really, really sad situation. And there's a screenshot from RocketScan showing that the person, there was information about them changing the withdrawal address, but yeah, so that's, you go active exiting. It's really sad that this has happened, right? And yeah, I'm really sorry for Jason B for this. The Rocket Pool community is one of the best and most helpful I've come across. Any technical issue I had was just a Discord message away and usually was resolved within minutes. It still hurts losing as much as I did and getting the forced boot out of the club. Correct me if I'm wrong, but it appears the actual exit will be on May 5th. I was told by some people it would only be a few days, but this looks a bit longer. Here's what I'm seeing on Beacon Chain. It says the destination of my node address will land in the hacker's withdrawal wallet, and then there's an address. There's no stopping the inevitable. Regardless, I did enjoy my time as a node operator and meeting some of you while in Denver. I received a mid 6-figure education in cybersecurity the last month and a half. Stay safe out there. So this is what I was kind of like hinting at in the beginning of the episode about the scams being out there. It's really sad. There was a comment here that says the hacker's wallet had incoming funds from a wallet which got its funds from Coinbase. If you filed a police report like many recommended you to do in your previous post, you can tell them about this connection. Also write to Coinbase about this. And then there's a whole bunch of comments here from people and links to the original message. But this was really sad, like that. We knew that this was going to happen once both withdrawal key and node address were compromised. This was going to be inevitable, right? Like sadly, and now that is coming to reality. Yeah, I'm not going to use this to explain to you the values of OPSEC, but yeah. Anyway, let's move on. That's really sad. Eigenlayer have this announcement that said their stage 1 mainnet is set to launch very soon, bringing restaking to ETH stakers and fueling innovation for AVSs. I'm not sure what an AVS is, but anyway, it says the blog post explains briefly benefits to restaking early. To express interest in restaking early, fill out this form, and then there's a form there, and it says Eigenlayer will launch in stages throughout this year to ensure security and stability for users. The stages include restaking, so onboarding ETH stakers, and operator registration, onboarding validators, and AVS support, launching modules including Eigen data availability and several more. So it says why secure early, but why restake early? Basically to get the airdrop. Sorry for my cynicism. It says secure your spot, skip the withdrawal queue, maximize opportunities, etc., etc. Early restakers will also gain access to exclusive Eigenlayer community experiences as well as curated working groups within the Eigenlayer Labs team, and blah blah blah. So they're giving information here about their process. So if you are interested in staking with Eigenlayer, then definitely go ahead and do this. It seems like a bunch of people are kind of taking the idea that they'll set up a separate like a node with just one mini pool or one validator on it and use that as their Eigenlayer thing, and hope that they get decent rewards on that, just to make sure that everything gets battle tested and done properly before they move on and maybe use more of their validators to do that. Okay, so here I had an update from RPL Maxi saying that the tickets for Rocket Fuel submissions for April were completed. I said if anyone wants to audit this, they're welcome to do that. There's a screenshot here with the tickets, but there's also a link to the doc on Google Sheets, which I will open right now. And here we saw that Sneaky Ninja Guy had 48 submissions, Mambo-san had 45, Cheers, Kev, Jasper, Joe, Wolf, Schifrin, Trevor, and Chaos brought up the top 10. In total, we had 50 people. Oh yeah, we had exactly 50 people submitting this month, which was really great. And then RPL Maxi and Cheers together made tickets for April. So here are the tickets. In total, there were over 300 tickets that went out, that were found. Basically, there was 334 tickets. So what I'm doing now is I'm going to highlight all these tickets and copy and paste them into this random. Oh, actually, let me move my camera so you can all. Hold on a second. Yeah, okay. Let me go back to the list and do that again just so you can all see it clearly. So I am basically getting all these names from column B of the tickets list that was made, and I'm copying them, and now I go to random.org list randomizer. I have pasted all the names in the list that were found on the Google Doc, as you can see. Also, I am going to add tickets here for RPL Maxi. So I'm adding 3 tickets for RPL Maxi here, just to say thank you for managing the list, and I'm going to add 2 tickets for Cheers to say thank you for helping with making the list. So now I'm going to press randomize. When I press randomize, it will spit out the results. The top 10 people will win $100 each. If your name is in the top 10 twice, then you will be skipped on your second one, and the person in 11th, 12th, 13th will win $100. There'll be 10 prizes in total of $100 each, for a total of $1,000 of prizes, and that prize is given by anonymous benefactor. So I'm going to randomize this now. Good luck, everyone. Okay, so here we have Jasper is number 1, Patches is number 2, Schifrin is number 3, Notchka is number 4, Mambo-san is number 5, Penvik is number 6, Sneaky is number 7, Trevor is number 8, Cheers is number 9, and Blue AVM is number 10. I think that is right. I'll post this whole list in the Rocket Fuel channel or in trading, so you can all have a look. You can see on the screen as well. Maybe I miscounted or maybe I counted something twice, but you can see what's on the screen as well. So you can see the whole list is right here. There's all 339 tickets that are right there. So thank you everyone who has been an amazing contributor to Rocket Fuel. You'll be getting POAPs. All 50 people will get POAPs for being a contributor in April. And thank you so much for everything. I will see you all tomorrow for a new episode. And I hope you all have a lovely day. Bye.